What is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, AkemiTCG, back here with a brand spanking new Crusadia Guardragon deck profile for Master Rule 5. Wow, this deck has so many possibilities. I've been testing a lot of builds out all morning. Everybody plays this deck a little bit differently, but I just want to showcase you guys my own personal spin on this build and obviously break down the deck and reasonings for why I play X, Y, and Z. As usual, this will be a full deck profile for with a main board, sideboard, and extra deck. We are running 42 cards in the main. Let's just go right into it. We are playing Crusadia Guardragons, and in this build we are playing 3 of each Crusadia, so 3 Draco, 3 Arborea, 3 Maximus, 3 Reclusia, and 3 Leonis. You kind of just need to play 3 of each. These, you definitely want to see at least 1 Crusadia in your opening hand. If you don't open one of these, you're in a really bad spot, unfortunately. So that's just the nature of the deck. That's just how this build works. I know you can make you can probably play this with Shaddolls or some kind of deck that only special summons, but as always, up to you guys for interpretation. 2 Rocket Tracer. This is to go with the quick launches that I play. 2 Ran Ryus. This is the special summon fodder. This is the only familiar part I still play just because it's still a dragon and it's relatively useful as a level 4. So just in case I draw off of 2 in Saryuja and I want to extend with Pisty, then I summon Ran Ryu with the Saryuja's effect and then keep going off like that. And with Guard Dragons, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, we will continue to play this until it gets errated. Fingers crossed it's not anytime soon, but most likely the errata will hit us, unfortunately, so we're just going to play it as is. 1 Black Dragon Call-Up Serpent. I am again still not running the White Dragon just because drawing into the White Dragon is 9 times out of 10 completely brick unless you draw into Quick Launch or go into your Saryuja combo. So the Black Dragon just has more versatility in this deck. If there were multiple Black Dragons available, as in if I could play more than one of these, I definitely would. 1 Gameciel. This is your main bread and butter. This is your negate, and it's just a really good card, like with the waterfront out especially. 2 Gizmek Orochi. I tried cutting this down to 1, but I felt like it's better at 2 just because I do want to see it. This has some spicy new combos with some text I have in my extra deck too. And every time I've summoned this successfully, I usually win the game. It's really weird to say, but like this card's just really good. And because we're playing Crusadias, 2 Gizmek Kakus. I know less people will be using the extra deck zone, but most of the time I'm just using this to extend with my Magius or to make my Aquamax even bigger, so it just works out both ways. Also, sometimes people still do summon stuff in the extra monster zone, so it just really depends. 1 Instant Fusion. RIP, I would love to play this at 2, but we only have 1 left, so we are still playing D1. Summoning Millenniumized in the corner now is a lot better because of Master Rule 5, so it makes your deck a little bit more safe. I still wish this was at 2 or at 3, but then again, you know, that's just how life is with these ban lists. 3 Kaiju Waterfronts. You definitely need to draw into these. I've considered running into set rotation, but I felt like it bricked harder than it should have, so 3 Waterfront with the terraforming is the right ratio for me. And for you guys who don't know, you play Waterfront to get the Gameciel off, get the 5 counters on the Waterfront, summon Gameciel, and you practically have infinite negates. It is just really good. And I've made 1 Crusadia Revival. Reason being is, for whatever reason, I don't win the dice roll a lot. And that's completely fine. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! It happens, it's life. But every time I've lost a dice roll in regional, this is just my personal anecdotal experience. Every time I've lost a dice roll, if I had this in my deck, I could have broken the opponent's board. But simply, I just didn't have it in my deck. It's in my side deck. So I know it's another brick that can potentially be in the hand. It's just something you gotta deal with. But it's a lot better to have it in the deck than not, in my opinion. And 2 Crusadia Power. This card is back. We're using this card again. Couple reasons why I'm running this over Call by the Grave. 1 is it makes my Crusadia monsters unaffected by everything. So If I summon Equimax and they're like, okay, right now, after you summon Equimax, I'm gonna Nibiru you. If they try to do that and you have Crusadia power in hand, you're safe. If they try to imperm your Crusadia stuff, you're safe. And on your opponent's turn, if they try to do anything to get rid of your Equimax or especially your Avermax, then you chain Crusadia power and it's unaffected by card effects. I think it's an absolutely fantastic card, and for right now, because more people have more impermanences and it's expected to be played a lot more, I feel like Crusadia power is going to be more useful than Call by the Grave at this point in time. I know Call by the Grave lets you interrupt your opponent's plays, but you can also power through opponent's boards with Crusadia power, which is something I really like too. One reinforcement, the army, to get a Crusadia Borea, so that's your 16th Crusadia. Really wish they made another Crusadia card. Konami, please, if you're watching this, please let me know. One Monster Reborn for to revive your stuff. This is a really good extender, especially with Red Eyes Darkness. One Terraforming to search either Revival or your Waterfront, whatever you need. If you already have Waterfront, then you can use Terraforming, grab a Revival, or just in case you feel like you're too iffy on the Waterfront, then you get another Waterfront. And then your 3 copies of Quick Launch just to get your Rocket Tracer, which is really good. Free level 4 tuner from your deck, and it also has recursion by making it so you can activate it during your opponent's turn. One really neat side thing is there's a lot of quick play spells in this extra deck, or in this main deck. So if your opponent, if you have Equimax on the field with a, let's say, a token, or let's say a Crusadia monster here, and you have any of these quick play spells face down, and they play Dark Ruler No More, you can chain to the Dark Ruler No More Crusadia power to protect your Equimax, then use Equimax to yeet their Dark Ruler No More, or make it so it's negated. It is something you can think about, and also Crusadia power helps you get through Dark Ruler No More too. Like this, there's just so many good things about this card, and I'm like trying to figure out why I took it out in the first place. Ward Legacy Guardragon, one of those, and Ward Legacy Succession. This is the heavy extend, and this is the light extend. I run one of both just because sometimes you don't have a dragon monster in your graveyard yet, so Guardragon isn't good, but Guardragon is good later in the game, and Succession is really good earlier, but sometimes not good later, because if you draw into it while you have no link monster in the field, it's not good. So I like to run one of each, and obviously you toolbox it with Crusadia Crawler, and you can search that for free, and it's pretty good as it stands. So I'm running a 42 card main, and I'm trying to cut it down just so I see Waterfront more, but as of right now, I think the deck's in a good spot the way it is. Only for the spicy stuff. Crusadia Equimax, Crusadia Avermax. You have to run, these are all the Crusadia cards. You run one Equimax, one Avermax, 2 Magiuses, because later on when you go into Equimax, if you really want to go to the Avermax, then you can easily Magius into Magius, Equimax, and Avermax. It's really cookie cutter. One Spather, obviously, because you're playing Guard Dragons, you can move your stuff. One Regulex. Now you have more targets in your deck. Now you have 4 targets in your deck as opposed to 1, which is Crawler. So you have more options when you play Regulex now, which is nice. And the Guard Dragon package, Pisty and LP. Thank God LP didn't get hit. 2 Sayuja Skuldred, because you're trying to fish for your Kaiju Waterfront. And now for the spicy stuff. This is the stuff I've been tweaking on all morning. I've been trying to figure out the right build. Obviously, I will keep tweaking this as it goes on, and I'll update you guys. But I am playing one Link Spider again, just because since it's Master Rule 5, there's a lot more Synchro Spam decks, combo decks. More people will be playing Nibiru as it stands. And Link Spider is simply you're out to Nibiru, so you kind of have to play it. One Millennium Eyes for the instant fusion target. Because of Master Rule 5, I don't see myself summoning anything but Millennium Eyes. It just makes a lot more sense to me. Cyber's Quantum Dragon. This card has been insanely good. Every time somebody summoned an Avermax or a Floodgate, I've been able to get over it, and it's insanely good. If you guys aren't playing this, you guys gotta play this card. It's insanely good. One Borlo Savage. Reason why you play Borlo Savage is because it's a free negate. And the last card in the main deck is number 60, Dugaris the Timeless. If you guys don't know what this does, this basically does everything you want in this deck, and I really like this card a lot. So first effect pretty much lets you draw 2 cards and discard a card. Second effect, you only pick one of these effects, by the way, that'd be really broken. Second effect is you can special summon one monster in your graveyard, so you can pick your red med from your graveyard and grab it back. Or if for some reason you pitch your Gamma Seal, then you can get it back. A third effect, you can skip the battle phase of your next turn, then double the attack of one monster you control. Like, what? It's so good. If your Gamma Seal is gone, you can reborn it. If you don't have your Waterfront in hand, you can fish for it. And if you want to kill someone this turn, like if you only have an Equimax with Gamma Seal on field, it's gonna be, and they have an open field, and it's gonna be game if you activate Dugaris' third effect to make it do double battle damage. So it's just a really good card. I was wondering why I didn't play it sooner, but this is definitely a great addition to the deck. On to the next part. We have our traps, I mean not our traps, but our side deck. 15 cards obviously, 3 evenly matched. This whole entire sideboard is built for going second. This deck has a lot of problems with floodgates and also monsters that do way too much on the board. For example, Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, etc. Since Vanity's Ruler is cheaper now, more people will be playing it, so you have to be cautious of that. 1 red reboot because it's still really good as a card. 2 Mystic Mine just to stall out your opponent. And also, if you're going second and they make a giant board, you can still Mystic Mine out of it, which is really good. 3 Lightning Storm. I just found it really hard to play the game or play this deck going second without playing Lightning Storm, just because you can get rid of all the back row or all the front row. If you Lightning Storm your opponent's back row of like 4 or 5 cards, then it's pretty much GG after this deck. So that's pretty much it for those main. Wait, there's one more. 2 Drone Lockbirds. A lot of people will be searching in this format. I'm considering playing Nibiru, but I feel like a lot of people will be playing around it. This deck unfortunately cannot play around Nibiru. They have to play right through it with Link Spider. So I'm using Drone Lockbird for now. This may be Nibiru later, just depending on my matchups. And last but not least, because we are playing Crusadia Revival in the main deck now, this is our Kaiju package. 1 Doggeran, 1 Thunder King, because Thunder King can go right through boards, especially with the Kaiju Waterfront, and 2 Slumbers. So if you guys don't know what Thunder King does, reason why I run it is it says you can remove 3 Kaiju counters from anywhere on the field. Your opponent cards and effects cannot be activated for the rest of the turn. So if you summon this, you do the Equimax combo with Dugaris, that's game. Anyways, that is it for my Crusadia Guardragon deck for Master Rule 5. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's so many ways to make this deck, but this deck is so fun. I would love to experiment with this. Comment down below any thoughts or anything you want to run in the deck, and let me know how it goes. Alright everyone, stay beautiful and stay safe. Peace.
The world ends now.